The Mystery of Maplewood Academy. It was a warm spring morning at Maplewood Academy, and the students of grade 6B were buzzing with excitement. Rumors had been swirling for weeks, whispers of a secret treasure hidden somewhere on school grounds, left behind by the school's legendary founder, Professor Alastair Thorne. No one really knew if it was real or just one of those stories that got passed down through generations of students, but today something changed. During the morning assembly, Principal Collins stepped onto the stage, holding a dusty leather-bound book. This, she said with a mysterious smile, was discovered in the school's attic during renovations. It belonged to Professor Thorne. And inside, she opened the book to reveal pages of handwritten notes and what looked like an old map, is the first clue to a treasure hunt that was never completed. Gasps and murmurs spread through the hall like wildfire. "We will allow one team from each class to participate," Principal Collins continued. "You'll need courage, teamwork, and a sharp mind. The winners will not only uncover the truth behind a century-old mystery, but they'll also earn something very special for their class." The room erupted with excitement. The team. In room 6B, the students were already forming teams before the bell rang. Emma, the class bookworm, glanced at her best friend Jake, who was already grinning. "We're doing this," he said. "Only if Zoe's in," Emma replied, nodding toward the tech genius in their class. Zoe looked up from her tablet. "Did someone say treasure hunt?" "Count me in." They quickly recruited Amir, who was great at puzzles, and Priya, the fastest runner in school. Their team was complete. They named themselves the Seekers. By lunchtime, the Seekers were sitting cross-legged in the library, where Principal Collins handed each team a copy of the first clue. It was written in Professor Thorne's looping script. "Beneath the roots of knowledge deep, where stories rest and secrets sleep, look for the light that cannot burn, and they're the first of truths you'll learn." Jake scratched his head. "Roots of knowledge? That sounds like the library." Emma nodded. "And light that cannot burn must be a light bulb? Maybe a reading lamp?" Zoe was already scanning the bookshelves. "Let's look around the reading corner." It took them 20 minutes, but Priya finally spotted a loose floorboard beneath a tall bookshelf. Inside was a small wooden box with a second clue. "Go to the place where time stands still, where hands do not move, yet knowledge will. There the second key awaits, guarded by memory and slate." They all turned to look at the school's old clock tower. The clock tower. The clock tower was usually off-limits to students, but today, all bets were off. With permission from Mr. Howard, the janitor, the Seekers climbed the narrow spiral stairs to the top. It was dusty and filled with cobwebs, and the massive gears of the old clock loomed above them. The clock hadn't worked in decades. "Look." Amir pointed to a blackboard propped in the corner, with faded chalk writing, "*remember your past to move forward." Emma walked over and noticed a small compartment behind it. Inside was an antique key and another clue. "Where echoes ring and actors play, beneath the boards, the truth will stay. Behind the curtain, secrets hide, follow the music, let it guide." "The auditorium," Zoe said. "Let's go." Behind the curtain. In the auditorium, the stage lights flickered as the Seekers searched beneath the stage. Jake found a trapdoor near the orchestra pit. It was locked, but the key from the clock tower fit perfectly. They descended into a forgotten storage room filled with old costumes and props. Suddenly, a soft melody played from somewhere in the shadows. "That's not creepy at all," Jake muttered. They followed the sound to a dusty piano, and inside its hollow body was a rolled-up scroll. 5 stones lay beneath the flame, each with a mark, each with a name. Find the one that bears the star, and you will travel very far. It was a riddle, and Zoe realized it must refer to the science lab, where a model of the solar system sat above a Bunsen burner setup. Stars and stones. In the lab, they found 5 stones arranged in a row beneath the hanging planets. Each stone had a different symbol: a flame, a tree, a star, a wave, and a mountain. Emma picked up the stone with the star, and beneath it was a folded piece of paper. It was a map, an old hand-drawn map of the school grounds, with a red X marked near the old greenhouse. That place has been locked for years, Priya said. Then let's find a way in, said Jake. The greenhouse secret. The greenhouse was overgrown and surrounded by a rusty fence. But a broken section allowed them to squeeze through. Inside, vines hung from the ceiling, and the air was thick with the scent of damp earth. In the far corner, under a broken pot, they found a trapdoor. It creaked open to reveal a staircase leading underground. With flashlights in hand, the seekers descended. They found themselves in a stone chamber. On the wall was an inscription. To those who seek with honest heart, you've reached the end, the final part. Speak the vow, and you may claim the treasure bound to Thorn's name. A brass plate below read, *, what is the greatest treasure of all? They looked at one another. Knowledge? Emma guessed. Friendship, said Priya. Adventure, offered Jake. Zoe stepped forward. It's all of that. But maybe it's not one word. Maybe it's what we became to get here. Together, they said, teamwork. The stone wall groaned and slid open, revealing a small room filled with books, artifacts, and a plaque. It read, To those who value learning, friendship, and courage, this is your reward. May you inspire others as you were inspired. There was also a golden trophy engraved with * Seekers of Truth, 2025. Epilogue, a legacy begins. The seekers returned to thunderous applause. Their class won a special library renovation, and the trophy stood proudly in room 6B. But more than the prize, the students carried something greater, the memory of an unforgettable journey. And late at night, in the quiet of the library, a new clue was placed in the dusty book. Waiting for the next team to discover it.